Going on, Sagittarius? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of August 24th through the 30th of 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a pretty big week. We do have the sun fully in your 10th house of Virgo with Mercury there. So it is definitely, you're getting a lot of information about where you want to go, what you want to do, your true destiny's path, is the 10th house. In my opinion, it is how we want to be seen. It is our mission in life. So I think it's being highlighted right now by the sun, what you truly want, what you want to go get, and you're getting the downloads very quick, especially with Mercury making the trine over to Uranus in your 6th house. This is definitely about the day-to-day grind that you do. You're figuring it out, you're getting all that information, and Uranus is trying to take you higher so that you're putting in that extra work, and it might feel like, you're just getting these downloads from like another place, and they're hitting. It's a very nice aspect to where you might change up certain little things and it might feel weird at first, or like, why did I do that? But then all of a sudden you realize, wow, that was exactly the step I needed to go to that higher place. And really it is about the highest place. It is about how you want to be seen, how you want to shine in this life. So pretty good aspect to start the week off there. And then really on Monday, we get this really nice portal aspect to Venus. Venus, of course, is in your 8th house of Cancer, and it's going to be in this grand trine. It's a grand water trine, so it's got it's got Neptune in your 4th house, and then the moon will be in your 12th house. So definitely this like big portal, and it's a kite really. So what that means is that also with Venus in your 8th house is in opposition to Jupiter and Pluto in your 2nd house, and then the moon and Neptune are sextiling Jupiter and Saturn, making this kite pattern, if that made sense at all. Anyways, it's a powerful aspect, and it's really pointing towards Venus. It's pointing towards your values and how you can channel the unseen, how you can channel, especially with the moon in the 12th and then Neptune in the 4th. It is very much about the unseen emotions, the unseen wisdom that you're receiving. This is very much about the download that we mentioned with just having Mercury and Uranus in trine. Like, you're getting a lot of downloads this week, honestly, and it's about how you can take that and put it towards your truth. Venus in your 8th house is like, how can you value the transformation that you're going through? How can you bring up what truly does feel good in life? And sometimes things have to exit and then new things have to come in. And with Jupiter and Pluto in your 2nd house, it's like there's definitely this amplification of like good stuff, I would say, in a sense, and it can be unseen. It could be like there's this unseen something. I think maybe it feels like money could come up for you guys this week. Like, you could end up getting this nice little chunk of money out of nowhere and just be like, oh wow, Venus does rule money, and it is in the 8th house of like unseen money, other people's money coming in. Especially if you're truly like comfortable within yourself and channeling and accepting the little signs. Like, one little sign could lead to one little move you make in your life that triggers this like really nice waterfall for the rest of the week. So the 8th house is interesting too. I mean, it could deal with like its death and transformation also. So it could be like what has to leave for like that beautiful gift that Jupiter wants to bring you. Jupiter wants to give you that one big gift, but it's like if that unforeseen thing doesn't leave first, you'll never make room for the gift you truly do need that will really bring you value in life. So Monday's a big day, for sure. And just, who knows? This week could bring you something beautiful. Absolutely. Or it can, the transits get a little hard and it can get a little sticky, but the sun's going to be making really hard aspects from your 10th house to your 2nd house. So like physical things and like values could feel like they're just a little sticky right now. If you will, like they're out of reach, but they're only out of reach if you believe they are. If you believe that you can get them, you can have them. The moon's going to transit into Sagittarius in your 1st house, of course, and it's going to make the first core square to the sun in your 10th house. You have to be willing to stand in your truth, your true identity, and who you are emotionally to get to where you want to go. And if you don't, if you're in someone else's identity, it's not going to take you to your true, how you're going to shine. So I think as the week progresses, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like, you're really going to be confronted with like, if you're not in your true identity and who you're supposed to be and your authenticity, it's going to feel really really sticky, because the moon's also going to make a square to Neptune in your 4th house, which is like, if you're not in that foundation of yourself, your true authentic self, it's just gonna, the universe is trying to snap you out of it, and that's not a bad thing. It's just trying to give you signs and show you that you need to go in your real soul's direction that's going to take you to that highest place. So it can be a really sticky week, but if you're in your truth and you're aligned, I think, this can be a beautiful week where you're really feeling into yourself and you're really seeing the value that not only you give yourself, but that others can give you too. As the moon comes into your 2nd house, it is more of that 2nd house value, that self-worth, that self-love, and it's going to be opposing Venus in your 8th house. And then it's also going to be squaring Mars in your 5th house. So it's like this big pressure too, to this point, like if you're not taking action for the things that truly bring you love, emotionally and physically, what are you taking action for? You got to do what feels good from your heart right now. It's truly about coming from your heart, coming from your alignment and the connection, because the world is shifting in such a crazy place this week that if you're out of your heart space, you're not going to see the value and the beauty that is around you, and it is there. It's just a matter of tuning into it. And the moon's going to transit into Aquarius in your 3rd house, and it's going to square Uranus in your 6th house. If you're not, willing to change your environment and make and figure out like what isn't working, Uranus is gonna just make a big shift by the end of the by next weekend. Like to something's gonna happen where it's just gonna be like, no, you have to make this change, or you're never gonna reach that highest point that you desire. So, how can you be emotionally comfortable in your environment and do the things on a day-to-day basis that aren't stressing you out, but at the same time are going to take you higher? Uranus does want to take you higher, but with this square, it's going to feel electric, and electricity can hurt sometimes if you get zapped. But sometimes that zap sets us on the right path and sets us where we need to go. But it all depends. It's a heavy week emotionally. The moon's in such a weird spot transiting this week that it's just affecting everybody in some weird ways. This week's going to bring out some crazy times. So being in the heart's going to be the best thing you can do. Justice, upright. I think the more balance you can find, the more win-wins you can make in life, and the less you can stress yourself out and come from a place of heart, the less you're going to be judging others and stressing yourself out, the less you're going to be stressing yourself out and not in your own self-love and self-worth. It's almost just that balance of letting the universe take you where you need to go, and then, getting those downloads and just rolling with them, because it can feel this week like there's no justice in the world. In all honesty, it really can. But if you're in your truth and your alignment, I think, this is a powerful week for a lot of people. It really is. This pressure does create diamonds, and it does make, big things happen. So stand in that truth, stay in that alignment, and I think a lot of your troubles will go away. Maybe. Heavy week. I love you very much, Sag. I'll see you next time. Bye.